Oh, the PDF document. If you're looking at a large screen e-reader like Amazon's Kindle Scribe, you'll likely be wanting to read and probably write on PDF documents on that device. But before you can scribble on your Scribe, where PDFs are concerned, the Kindle Scribe's got a few PDF secrets. You see, as things currently stand, depending on how you transfer PDF documents onto the Kindle Scribe, either by plugging in the device directly into your computer via its USB cord and copying PDFs over, or using Amazon's Send-to-Kindle service to send that document via the internet, you're going to have different options for how you read and interact with that document. Firstly, in case you're concerned, I want to stress that you'll be allowed to simply read your PDF document on the Kindle Scribe using either transfer method. But if you're looking to annotate your PDF, that's where these differences are important. So what do you get if you just want to transfer PDFs to the Kindle Scribe the good old-fashioned way, via attaching its USB cord to your computer? For brevity, let's call this the USB-C method. Via USB-C, you can load your document onto the device and read it. You'll also be able to access helpful document enhancement features like pinch-to-zoom magnification and 4 levels of contrast adjustment to help make things either darker or lighter on the page, including images. What about if you want to flip your Scribe screen? Well, the Scribe will automatically flip the PDF displayed if you turn it upside down, but for landscape mode it doesn't. However, you can still choose to read your document in landscape mode on the Scribe by selecting that option in the Document Enhancement menu. There are margin adjustment options too, but these seem to make, well, a very marginal difference, but they're there in case it helps. Additionally, I'm not sure this counts as document enhancement per se, but there is a page turn animation that you can enable that creates a subtle transition effect between pages, so that might be one way of making your e-reading experience feel closer to turning the pages of a physical book. Lastly, you have the option of viewing your PDF in dark mode as well, but images will be inverted, so keep that in mind. So what else can you do? Nicely, you can also long press on words in your PDF document to get definitions, search these terms on Wikipedia, and even get translations for these in some cases. The definitions feature is available offline, but you'll need to have the device connected to Wi-Fi internet for the other 2 options to work. In terms of document navigation, you can either swipe forwards or backwards to advance or go back in the document, or you can bring up the auto-generated table of contents menu and jump to specific sections. You can also find a Go to Page or Location option in the Table of Contents menu, and this will allow you to type in a specific page number to jump to in the document. And if you find something of note on any of those pages, you can add bookmarks to those pages by either going into the main menu and selecting the bookmark icon, or simply tapping the right-hand corner of the page and then tapping the plus icon that comes up. These bookmarks can be accessed via either going back to the bookmark icon in the main menu or tapping on any bookmark in the document, allowing you to quick jump between a list of these or allowing you to delete any of these bookmarks at will. But what about annotation? For me, this is one of the biggest drawbacks of the entire device. You can't actually write on documents on the Scribe if you only transferred them to the device via its USB-C cord, which definitely sucks, stands out in the wider e-reader market like a sore thumb, and I think it's worth questioning why Amazon would take this quite unusual route. However, there are still some decent annotation options available to USB-C transferred PDFs. You can long press on words and drag your finger, or the Kindle Scribe stylus, to create highlighted passages of text. You can also use the Scribe stylus to interact with the document just like a finger would, for example, to flip pages or access menus. You can create notes and attach them to highlighted passages of text, but you can only type these out and can't use the stylus to write in these. Additionally, the presence of these notes are marked by almost comically small, little, tiny, microscopic icons. They're actually pretty hard to see. Other options for highlighted text include the aforementioned translation and Wikipedia search options, as well as the ability to search for this text within your PDF document. Okay, so what do USB-C transferred PDF documents look like once you export them? Well, they don't. By which I mean they don't look like anything. You actually have no ability to export annotated PDFs that have only been transferred to the device via USB-C. To be clear, you can still access the PDF document you originally put on the device, but it just won't have any of your annotations showing up on that file. Not by USB, not by email, nothing at all. As far as I can see, the sole ability you have to export any part of your PDF document is by taking screenshots of it by pressing the top right and bottom left-hand corners of the screen simultaneously. And if it registered this input, the screen should briefly flash. But to my mind, that's a pretty clumsy workaround and not really a feature. I don't think there's a way to sugarcoat how badly this could disappoint people. And to me, it seems like a cruelly deliberate choice by Amazon. Okay, so what if you take the other route to get PDFs onto your Kindle? What if you use one of the many Send-to-Kindle services to send the PDF to your Scribe via the internet? I'll briefly go over a few of these. So you can either send your PDF via email to a special Kindle-only email address that is unique and linked to your Kindle Scribe specifically. You can find out what that email address is by either logging into your Amazon account online or by navigating to the following pages in the settings menu of your Kindle Scribe. Sending an email to this specific Send-to-Kindle email address will send the PDF document to Amazon servers, which will then be converted and sent back to your Scribe via the internet. You can also download the Kindle app onto either your computer or your phone and send PDF documents to your Scribe that way. If you need to send a larger document up to 200 megabytes in size, you'll need to go to the following website and sign into your Amazon account. Then you can send the file using this Amazon Send-to-Kindle web portal method. Hi there. Pardon the interruption, but I realize that's a lot of information to throw at you pretty quickly, and frankly, it's a lot to say too. So I thought I'd share a moment for a quick coffee break. You know, take a moment, smell the roses. So, how are you doing? How are you holding up with all this info? While we're here, listen, can we take a minute to talk about how much work Amazon puts you through to get the full use of your PDFs on the Kindle Scribe? I mean, first you have to use one of the Send-to-Kindle options, And if it's a bigger file, you have to use the Kindle web portal. And even that's capped at 200 megabytes. I don't know about you, but it kind of feels like I'm working for Amazon here. Anyway, let's see what those extra steps actually get you. Enjoy! Okay, so you've gone with one of those methods. What is the PDF experience like now? Essentially, you get everything in the USB-C transfer option and more. Probably the first thing you'll notice regarding document enhancement is that the PDF now is slightly more zoomed in than before. If you don't believe me, just look at the USB-C only version right next to it. Pinch to zoom is also significantly faster and a good deal smoother. You also now get a handy one-tap zoom exit button when zooming in. Rounding out the other document enhancement features you gain on the Scribe on PDFs sent via the Send-to-Kindle option are new options to refresh the page every page turn, probably to help eliminate page ghosting, and the ability to turn on or off the menu that appears every time you highlight text. In terms of document navigation, you can navigate the same ways as before, but now also have the added option of using either page preview mode to jump to a particular page, or a page jump slider bar, which also remembers the last 3 or so points you were at within that document. Bookmarks work the same way as for USB-C transferred PDFs, but now have enhanced functionality. Displaying a small bit of sample text from that page on the bookmark buttons and yielding a large page preview of that bookmarked page when you tap on the icon. Oddly, these previews do not display any annotations you've already made on that page, but tapping on the page preview will jump you straight to the page. The auto-generated table of contents returns, but this time notes, highlights, and handwritten notes are not included, and you have to go to a separate menu option to access these. When you do, they essentially show up as a group of nearly full-page thumbnails that you'll have to scroll through. Which seems like a pretty slow and inefficient way to find these to me, but it does work. Annotation is greatly enhanced for PDF sent via the Send-to-Kindle system. Firstly, you can now write on your documents with the stylus. The device provides a really nice experience in this regard, and writing feels responsive with hardly any lag. You also get the additions of several pen types to choose from when marking up your document, as well as different default line thickness options. Most of these pen types are at least somewhat pressure sensitive, allowing your writing to be more expressive and naturalistic. You can even tilt the stylus to allow you to do impressive shading. In addition to this, you can select different highlighter thicknesses as well as different eraser thicknesses to be made with the tip of the stylus. Although it should be noted that if you have the premium pen stylus with the eraser on the back, that eraser's thickness stays the same, no matter which eraser thickness you choose from the writing toolbar. There are also ways to more precisely interact with your written highlights. For example, selecting a specific area to erase by indicating the boundaries of that area with the stylus. Additionally, you get the option of using the lasso tool in combination with the clipboard option to cut, copy, and paste your handwritten notes across other pages of the same document, or even into a notebook on the device. In addition to free-form highlighting of text, you can also switch the stylus into finger mode, which will allow you to make more precise highlights that snap to the lines of the text on the page. You can collapse the writing toolbar to free up some room on the page, or move it to the other side of the page, but sadly you can't move this just anywhere you want on the screen. You can also hide the writing toolbar entirely by going into the menu settings, but in a baffling design choice by Amazon, then you're no longer able to write on the page while the writing toolbar is hidden. What? Why? Rounding out the PDF experience, you can search like in USB-C only documents, but be advised that your handwritten annotations don't seem to show up in the search results. Dark mode is, again, available, but the Send-to-Kindle process hasn't helped, and images are still inverted. Kinda makes you wonder what you're really getting for all that processing in the cloud. Well, seeing as this experience is now facilitated through the Send-to-Kindle system Amazon has in place, export of your annotated document should be smooth, seamless experience. Right? Well, if you're anything like me, no. I got a prompt like this, instructing me to go into my settings menu and turn on Amazon's Whisper Sync option. When I grudgingly obliged, I was given a rather perfunctory feeling notice that turning on Whisper Sync not only enables you to export the document off the device, but also syncs your reading position, notes, and highlights to Amazon's servers. So basically, Amazon is saying that if you want to be able to export your annotated document, you'll have to agree to cough up this amount of data. The only way I can see around this is to laboriously screenshot every page of your document. If you do enable Whisper Sync, you can then go back to your document to tap on the share icon. This brings up a menu that asks whether you want to send the document to the email address already linked to your Kindle, or whether you want to enter a new email address to send the document to multiple email addresses at once. Once you select your option, the process seems pretty quick, as I receive my document via email in under a minute. The file isn't attached, but rather you get a link to download your document that expires after 7 days. The PDF document I got led to some annoyances. For one thing, I couldn't even open the document using Adobe PDF viewing software, and I tried that on 2 different Windows computers. Yes, I was able to open the document using other programs like Microsoft Edge, but still, this is a pretty big miss on Amazon's part. On a Mac, I was able to open the PDF without any issues, which is kind of ironic if you've seen my recent Getting to Know the Kindle Scribe video. Annotations were reproduced with excellent fidelity and basically looked exactly like they did on the device. However, I found no way to edit these, move them around, or delete them, and none of the handwritten annotations showed up when I used the search tool in any PDF viewer I tried. So it doesn't look like the Kindle Scribe converts these to searchable text. Interestingly, Amazon appends extra pages to the end of your document, complete with Kindle logo branding, listing page locations of your highlights, where they're accompanied by text notes. These notes are written below the blocks of text which they are attached to in the document. So yeah, you can export a document off the device, but it's worth remembering just how many steps Amazon has made you take to be able to do this on the Scribe. First, I had to use Amazon's own Send-to-Kindle service just to get the PDF onto the device in a form where one can write on it, which forces the extra step of either doing this through email, logging into a website, then uploading the document, or downloading an app to accomplish this. And then Amazon forces users to change system settings on the device just to be able to export their document, and only via time-sensitive emailed links at that. With so many steps and rules, I call this Amazon's document dance. With many other e-readers, including some that are much older than the Scribe, you can accomplish the same result by connecting the device to your computer and just dragging and dropping your PDF onto it. Then you can scribble away to your heart's content and manually export the PDF, annotations and all, off your device the same way. So much simpler. So the suspicious side of me would note that when there is at least a decade's worth of e-ink devices from other companies that definitively prove that Amazon's document dance on the Scribe is completely unnecessary to import, annotate, and export PDF documents, why would Amazon, in what seems to me like a very deliberate action, choose such a clunky import, annotation, and export experience? Well, even according to Amazon itself, part of its business model is to collect information about users of its services in order to further target its marketing and advertising and tailor it to individual customers, which, like it or loathe it, has become a quite common business practice. Okay, but let's also consider that every digital document contains some amount of data. There's the data about what the document's topic is. There's potentially metadata regarding when the document was created and even potentially the name of the person who created it. So even a single document might be enough to extract, extrapolate, or otherwise calculate information about a user, their particular interests, and maybe even what products they may be interested in purchasing. However, if, as I suspect, Amazon is locking down the PDF annotation experience on the Scribe and making users jump through steps that are unnecessary on other e-ink devices simply to facilitate collecting more data about their customers from these documents, that seems pretty unacceptable to me. If that is the case, then, in essence, not only do you have to pay upfront to purchase the Scribe, but Amazon could potentially be getting their own customers to actively contribute to Amazon's data collection infrastructure, just to use the full advertised capabilities of the device. If I'm right, and if this is what's going on, this is, in my humble opinion, very not cool. What do you think? Are Amazon and other e-reader companies demanding too much user data? Do you care? If you do you factor this in when choosing an e-reader? Comment below. I'm really curious to know what all of you think about this. Thanks for watching, and if you like this review, why not give it a digital like and subscribe to encourage more Inktelligent videos like this one.